Yeah, hello guys, good day to everyone. Today we continue with what we are learning about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript especially. And then to do that, we are continuing development on our little project, which is the receipt generator. Okay. Um, just to recap you, what we are trying to do is this first, where a user will enter some details here, click on the generate, and then he's presented with this layout with the fields uh, already populated with what he or she entered right here. Okay, so we are taking it step by step. Last time we were able to do the skeleton of this, and we were able to put some JavaScript behind it. Today we are going to continue with this. Okay, now so I'm going to head over to the last document we did the last time. This was it. Yes, I'm going to test it and see how it's functioned the last time. Okay, all right, so having filled in the details in my text field, I'm going to click generate. Good. So last time, this is where we got to being able to alert the field, the values we put in the text fields. And mind you, this is how we achieve that. In each of the text fields, we give them their respective IDs. Okay, we give them their respective IDs all the way down. We went ahead to add an event handler to our button, to our generate button. Okay, and then we learned about JavaScript functions. Okay, and we learned that functions are called simply by using this statement. Okay, then in our functions we put all this stuff over here. Okay, now I believe you are familiar with this stuff. This is basically collecting whatever value is in this particular ID and assigning it to this variable, and it continues all the way down to this point. Now alerts, this statement over here is basically alerting all these individual variables one by one, and concatenating them with spaces in between. That's why when we alert, we are able to see when we finish clicking on the generate button, we are able to see this right here, right? So that is a little recap. So today we continue. Mind you, if you still don't understand how JavaScript functions work, it is the basics of functions are pretty simple yet very 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 useful, and you need to really grasp that. So you can go over to our handbook, you can go over to W3 Schools and then learn about JavaScript functions. Is that clear? Now today I want to talk about something, a little modification to our project. So you can see from our design that we said that when the user fills this, then it takes the person to this page, right? Now what we want to do is not to take the user to a new page, okay, but rather let's explore. After the user fills in this form right here, the receipt is generated below the space. Okay, you see below these two buttons there's quite some big space there. All right, there's no need taking the person to a new page, but rather we can make it in such a way that everything the person fills is in here, the result is populated below where my mouse is moving, this area. Is that clear? So that's what we are going to do. Now mind you, one thing we need to take notice that the information or the receipts form should show below only if something has been entered and the generate button has been clicked. Is that clear? Now in pseudocode terms, okay, let me go over. You remember, this is our favorite notebook where we write down our notes. Okay, let me go over to our code, okay, and write a pseudocode in there. Now in pseudocode terms, what we are saying is that when a user, or let me say the receipt form, this particular form here, should show down here only if the person clicks on generate. You get it? Now when we come to our codes, we can see that this generate is a function, and this is the whole function. Okay, so anytime the generate button is clicked, the whole of this gets executed. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to comment this alert, right? I'm going to comment it out. I'm just going to write a little pseudo code and say that show show receipts below here. Okay, so what I'm saying is that in my JavaScript, after the generate button has been clicked and all this has executed at this point, the next thing it should do is to show the receipt below. You got me? The next thing it should do is to show the receipt below. So we'll write that piece of code with JavaScript very soon. Now let's try and do something with HTML. Okay, now in HTML we can declare or specify a div area where our form would be, let me say, sort of populated. Okay, now to do that, I'm just going to go over to my HTML section and then create a div. Now mind you, I'm creating it outside the form. You can see that I'm creating it outside the form. So I'm going to go ahead and say div. I create a new div here. Maybe I'll give it a class because I'll style it. I'll give it a class and call it receipts div. Okay, is that clear? Then in here, let me just put some h5 element and say, let's say receipts shows here. Is that right? Now let's head over to our internal CSS and write a little style for receipt div. So I'm going to say receipt div. I want to change the background color, so I'm going to say background color. Let's see, I like sea blue. Oh, is there no sea blue? Okay, I want a variation of blue. This too deep. Okay, let's say sea green. Okay, that's fine. So at least I've set my background color. Let's specify a height for it. Okay, let me say height. Let's give it something around 250 pixels. Sorry. What else? Let's see what we have so far. So I'm going to run this. Okay, I'm going to refresh my page and let's see. No, I don't want to resubmit. So I'm going to good. So as you can see, there we go. Our div has been at least declared down here. Probably I may want to center. No, this is fine. Okay, our div has been displayed down here. I'm going to start, okay, according to our design, I'm going to start by trying to code the upper part of this, and then you guys can continue below. Okay, so let's go. As stated in our previous lessons, usually when you are building according to a UI, you need to look at the layout. Okay, look from the roots, the foundation, so that you don't get confused along the road. And talking about that, I mean look at the rows you have and the columns you have in the rows. So what kind sort of rows do I have? For me, I see about 3 rows. This upper part containing the logo and this the Nericate solution and their address. This second part containing the official receipt. This third part, this whole white area, okay, which contains the main stuff, and then this last fourth one. Okay, so I see 4 rows. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my code and HTML, please, and in between my receipt div, I'm going to open yet how many rows did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yet 4 new rows. Okay, I'm going to call them div class row. I'm going to open 4 types. Okay, is that clear? Yeah. Then what I'm going to do next is that in my first row, I see that I have 2 columns, one that will hold the logo and the other that will hold this information. Okay, so in my first column, in my first row, sorry, I'm going to create 2 columns. Okay, now so I'm going to say div, this will be div class, oh sorry, let me increase it here so that I can see. Okay, so div class column, let's just say column, then let me put a comment here. Let me see, image or logo. Okay, because this will house my logo. Then I have a different column too, and say, mind you, in the same row, guys, take note, in the same row, in this same first row. So in that same first row, there's one column that houses the logo, and there's another column that I'll say it houses the address. Okay, so let me see, address goes here, right? So this is how I understand it. Good. So it goes below, this goes below here, this goes below here. All right, so let's get started. Logo is an image. How do I add an image? With an image tag. Okay, so I'm going to say image slc, and that's going to contain my image link. Alt is going to contain the description of my image, and then I think I'll be done by that. So let me just go and grab my image. Where did I have it? I should have that in downloads. So I'm just going to go over to downloads, look for the Nerike logo. Okay, I mean, in order not to waste time, I'm just going to grab this logo. Okay, this is my logo. I'm just going to grab this, and I mean, if you have your logo, please do that. Now I'm just going to copy this logo and bring it to my working folder. Take notes, this is my working folder, so I'm going to paste this here. Okay, and bring it here, and then I'm going to maybe rename it to logo, I mean, for simplicity. Exactly. Now you can see it's a PNG file, right? It's a PNG file. So I'm going to head back to my code and say that now my image is logo.png. Is that clear? Good. Let's run and see how it looks like. Yes, so this is how it looks like over here. I may want to style it a little bit, so I'll give it a class. Let me see, I'll give it a class, and let's see, logo. Then I'm going to head up to my CSS, create a declaration for it, and say logo, and then specify its width and height. So for the width, let's say 100 px. For the height, I want it to be a perfect square, so for the height, let's say 100 px. All right, let's see what we have here. All right, so looking good, not bad at all. Yeah, so we have our logo here. Now we continue with the address, so I'm going to go down to the HTML part here, and then I'm going to continue my address. Now according to this, we have, according to the address section, we have the name of the company, the address itself, contact, and email. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now you can see that the top one is more bold, so I may use some sort of maybe h4 for that, and the rest I can just use p elements for that. Okay, so let me see h4 here, and let me see ProfOJ solutions. No, actually that should be advanced visual systems. Okay, that's mine. You can put yours there. Okay, then the rest I'm going to use p and say my address is what? Paradise Hill, say Bulem. Okay, my contact is 0548166095 and 050351. Yeah, and the other is this. Okay, then my email. Okay, my email is oduejoshua55@gmail.com. Is that right? Yeah, let's save it and see what we have so far. Yeah, we're going good. That's what we have below here. So we are going good. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, now you could see that from our layout, at least the two of them are in line and they are somewhat in the center, right? Yes, don't be afraid. Now how do we do that? We use CSS, of course, to style it. Okay, first of all, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say that the two columns should not be of equal sizes. It looks like the right hand side should be larger than the left hand side. Okay, so let's say some sort of a 60-40 sort of thing. Now the next thing I'm going to do is that the contents in the left column should be aligned to the right. Pay attention. The contents in the left column should be aligned to the right, and the contents in the right column should be aligned to the left. You got that? If you didn't get that, replay that section again. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in my course real quick. Okay, so this is div class co this too. Let me give this a class column. Okay, now first of all, let me go and style my row. Okay, let me style my row. Let me create a declaration for row. Let me create a declaration for row. And in that, what I really need is the display type to be set to flex. Okay, yes, that's what I need. That's the first thing I need. Okay, now yes, then the next thing to do is to style my columns. This, I'll modify its class name and give it something relatable. So I'm going to say maybe logo. Okay, that's my logo, what will be handling my logo. And this one I'm going to say column address. Is that right? So I'm going to create classes for these two up there and style them as I said. And as I said, for the logos column, that's going to be 40% of the row, and the address column will be 60%. Then we do the alignment. Is that right? So I'm going to go up here and see logo, and I'm going to say width should be 40% of the row. Okay, and I'm going to say text align should be to the right. Mind you, I say if you don't understand this portion, go back and replay the video. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, go back and replay that portion and understand the logic that's going in there. So yes, so for my logo column, I said the width should be 40%, the text should be aligned to the right. Now for my address column, the width should be 60 and the text should be aligned to the left. Is that right? So let's save this and see what we have. Yeah, we're getting there. So as you can see, we are getting there little by little. They've come together in the middle and we are going good. What I'm noticing is that looking at the proportion of the sides, okay, it looks somewhat shifted to the left a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let me just set their width to 50% each. Okay, so 50% each. Also, you can see the image was a little small, so I'm going to increase the image to say 150. Yeah, there we go. So little by little we are going. There we go. So we have the top parts showing. Mind you, in between the logo and this, there's a little padding. Okay, so I'm going to apply some padding right to the image column. Okay, I won't do it to the address, I'll do it to the image column. So let me go to the logos column, and then let me say padding right. Okay, padding right, let me just say 10px. all right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, good. Probably we could do more and say 15px. all right, good. All looking good. That's awesome. Let me use a different each element, okay, so that I can make this a little bigger. So I'll go for, let me say let me go for h2. Let's see how that looks like. All right, awesome. Yeah, another thing I may want to customize a little bit is you see these p elements, the space in between is quite huge. Okay, now that is achieved by something called the line height. Okay, line height. Now let's explore how the line height works in our debugger. Okay, in case you don't know, this is our debugger. Yeah, so I'm going to go over to this I'm going to select click on this select element to come over to this p element and then try and work on the line height. So line height, let's see, is 1. okay, yeah, 1px. Let me see, 0px. Which one is fine? 1 0 1 0. Okay, 0. I think 0px should be good. So I'm going to, so you can see having applied the line height 0px, they look a little like a little better. Okay, good. So I'm going to go back to my codes here, and then up here I'm going to add a class p and say line height 0px. Is that clear? Now mind you, all p elements, so I didn't say .p, but I just said p because I want it to affect all p elements in the page, right? Yeah, so I refresh and this is what I have. Oh, this turned out a little worse. Let me make this line height 1. Okay, 2 should be fine. Don't worry, explore until you have styled it perfectly. Okay, 2 is not too good. Say 5. Let's see 5. Okay, yeah, I think 5 should do. Yeah, so 5 is better. 5 is better. So yeah, we are good at this point with the top part of it. Okay, now I can close my debugging to now. Okay, and then continuing, I'll work on the next part, which is the title, which is official receipts. Okay, so that is my next row. Pay attention, we are done with the first row, so I'm going to go over to my next row. Okay, so we are done with this row. Okay, we are done with this row. Now I'm going to go over to the next row, this one. And for that one, as I said, it houses what? The title, or let me say the receipts, the receipt title. So that one I can achieve that with maybe the same h2. Should h2 or h3 work? I think h2 should be fine. So I'm going to say official receipts. Is that clear? Good. Now I'm going to give this this yet another class. Okay, and the only class I'm going to give it is no, let's run it and see what happens. So this is what happens. Okay, I'll make it smaller. Maybe I'll use h3, but I want it to be in the middle. So that's text align center. Now mind you, this particular row occupies 100%, so we don't need to go and set any definite width for it. Okay, so let me go over to there and say, first of all, use h3 here, and then go up here. First of all, let me apply a class to here and say center. Okay, so I'm going to go up here and say that anything that is called center should, and its text align should be what? Centered, right? So we go back, refresh our page. Oh, that didn't happen. Dot center text align center. Okay, let's see here. Div class row center. Oh, I'll put this here. Good. So let's see how that looks like. Oh, that still isn't working. Wow, demo gods. So let's see, let's inspect it and see what the problem could be. Oh, okay, I see. So that is happening. Okay, that is happening because following the convention we are using, every row should have columns, but this row I didn't declare any column in there because we are applying some flex. So let me cut this. Okay, let me cut this, and then let me call one new column in here. Okay, div class column, maybe let me say column title. Okay, then I'm going to paste my stuff in here. Is that right? Yeah. Then I'm going to go up there and then style this column title. Say that its width, according to our design, its width should be 100% and its text should be aligned in the center. So I'm going to go here and change this rather to column title. Okay, so text align center and its width should be 100%. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we good. There we have it, looking good here. Let me continue. This is getting fun. So let me do the white space 2. Now the white space 2 is the third row. Okay, so third row, and in that row, let's see the styling. Let me look at it critically. That row, okay. That row has some margin around the main parent div. Okay, so let me just do it even as I say it. So now let's come back. So here, this is the third row we are on, guys. Take notes. Hope you are following. I hope this is interesting. I hope you are understanding what we are doing. So this row, this row is what we will call our, let's give it a name and say our details. And yeah, let's just call it details. What name can I use? Okay, so let me call it details container. All right, that would help me. Let me call it details container. Now let me go up here and then style it. Before I style it, we can already see that this green part, the green canvas we have down here, is getting small. Okay, so I'll increase the height of that green canvas, and mind you, that was this was it. It was this declaration. So I'm going to say height. I'm going to really open it up and say height 500. We are going to do a lot of stuff there. So I'm going to say height 500, and then there we go. More space for a lot. Probably it's not even enough. Let me just say 800. Okay, more space for grasshopper. Yeah, so let's go, and then yeah, as I said, come down and make another declaration and say that that should be our what, details container. Now mind you, by details container I mean this white section of this white area of the thing. Okay, now first modification or first styling we have to apply is that its background should be white, right? So I'm going to say background should be white. Okay, let's save it and see. No, before running it, let me let's see that. Okay, it's not showing because let's apply some height to it. Height, if the parent or height was around 800, I think this should take around 500. Okay. Yeah, it should take around 500. Now you can modify the height with time. We may have to increase or decrease it. That's fine. Just understand what we are doing here. So height 500 px. Now you can see from our design that it is, look at the left and right, it has some spacing there. Okay, so that is what margin, not padding. Don't say padding, it is margin. Okay, hey, did I say margin? Yes, it is margin. But looking at the design, okay, what I think would be best, okay, is to apply padding to the parents div. I mean, in our case, the parent div is the one with the green background. Okay, so rather let's go to that one. Okay, and that one is what? That one was the receipt div, and then let's apply some padding here. Let's apply the padding all round. Okay, all round. So we are going to say padding all round should be 20 px. Okay, let's save it and see what we have. Woo, we good. Yeah, so as you can see, small, we are getting close, small, we are getting close, small, right? Yeah, so I think this pattern is perfect. It looks good. It's so awesome, right? Yeah, see my logo right here. I don't like sharp edge stuff. Okay, let me round the edges a little bit to make it look a little sweeter. Okay, yeah, so to round edges, of course, we use the border radius. Okay, so I'm going to go to my CSS look for my logo right here, and I'm going to say border radius. Okay, let me use something light, 5px. Okay, yeah, there we go. So you see, this looks a little yeah, I get it, yeah, sweeter. Yeah, now this receipts div too, let me also give it a slight border radius. I think I'll just apply the same 5px to it. So that should be the details container. Yeah, good. This looks sexy for me. Yeah, we're going. So yeah, what next? Now we jump right into our main stuff. Okay, doing the main stuff in here. Then below here we are going to have our buttons, right? Yes, we are going to have our buttons below. Okay, we are going to have our buttons below. You know what, because a number of you guys had challenges with the button, let me go ahead and do the button below, then we'll come back to the forms. Is that right? So I'm going to go into my HTML codes, okay, and I'm going to identify the last row. This is the main one. So let's say this is where we see receipts details go here. Is that right? Then over here we'll say bottom buttons go here. Is that right? Yeah, and I'm saying that let's hold on with this and let me jump to this. Okay, good. Now in our receipts column, or let's look at it. We can see that we have 1 2 3 4. We have 4 buttons showing there. Okay, so basically it means that I have to it is one row. It is one whole row with 4 buttons in there with some padding in between. Okay, so I'm going to no, it is one row, but in that one row there is just one column. Okay, and in the column we have 4 buttons listed over there. So I'm going to go ahead and say give a column here, div class column, let me see, column button. No, let me say column button, BUTT, column buttons. Okay, yeah, and in here I'm going to open my button, 4 buttons. Okay, I'm going to open 4 buttons. Each of the button will have a class, of course. So for the class, let me just say btn. Okay, yes, btn for now. Now what is written in the button? The first one is print. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this. 4. So the first one is print, the second one is download, the third one is send as email, and the fourth one is cancel. Good. So let's see how they look. Yeah, going good. So this is how they look so far. We may want to center them, and then the next thing is that we want to add the background color and all those kind of things to it. Okay, first of all, let's style our row, this column button, this column buttons. Let's go and style it, and in the styling, you know what we want to do. We want to set its width. We want to set its width to 100 px, 100%, sorry, Now we want to set its text align to center. Now we want to shift it from the top a little bit, so we'll see padding top. No, let me use margin, rather margin top, so that it will move away from its predecessor. Okay, so margin top, let me see, 10 px, right? Let's see how it looks like. Okay, yeah, there we go, so it's looking better. Yeah, now we called for the buttons, we give them a common class called btn. Okay, now in the btn, one thing we should style about the button is their background. So background color, we say blue. It was blue. Background color was blue. This blue is too deep. I want a more lighter blue version. Okay, this should work. Okay, so background color is blue, then the color itself should be white. The text color should be white. Okay, the width should be bigger, so let's say the width should be 100 px. Okay, the height of the button should be, let's go 40 px. I mean, we'll run it and see how it looks like. Let's see how it looks like so far. Yeah, that's it. We're going. Let's modify the width. Let's add some more width. 150. Okay, that's good. Now let's remove the border, that black border. Okay, so we say border. Now we can either set it to none, or we can change it to the same color. I will set mine to none. Okay, yes, there we go. Then border radius, I'm going to give it a sweet radius, so I'm going to say border radius. Border radius, let me just say 5 px. Okay, yeah, so there we go. So now we have our 4 buttons down there, though the color is too deep. Let me see whether I can reduce the color a little bit. The color is quite too deep. Okay, this is good. Okay, this should do for now. So guys, we have the bottom buttons over there. Oh, the cancel is red. Okay, the cancel is red, so I'm just going to give, say, a new class red. Okay, just red, mind you, and just because that particular button ticks all of this except that its background is red, so I'm going to say only background color should be red. Let me tone down the red a little bit. Let me tone down the red a little bit. Okay, so now let me go and apply that red. Now, yeah, let me go and apply that red to only the last button. I'm going to say red. Exactly. Good. So there we go. Yeah, so at this point we are left with the internal portions of this. Okay, let's see how the internal portions are. Now, from what I see, that can be achieved by divs. Okay, that can be achieved by divs. let's call let's take them row by row. Okay, in this white section, let's take them row by row. I'll start so that you guys finish, especially the underline. Yep, let's take them row by row. Now the date receipt, that row, you can see it is one row with 2 columns. Okay, take note, one row with 2 columns. They are both I think 50% each, with some padding. Yes, I think so. Yes, the second one too is the second one to taking this particular one, it is also one row with 2 columns. Yeah, let's work on that. Basically, win in your mind. Okay, look at it, like try and get a pseudo code, understand how it's going to go about. Okay, then you can start coding it. Otherwise you will get confused on the way. Okay, so I always say that approach it with the row column sort of thing. What are the rows in that row? What are the columns? So let's take it one by one. My first one, I have one row in there, so I'm going to go over to this portion. Okay, this portion, I'm going to go over to this portion, and then in it I'm going to call another div. Okay, and that would be a row for me again. Okay, good. Now in my row I would have, let me see something, 1 2 3 4 1. This should be one column. This whole thing should be another column. 2, then 3, 4. So I see 4 columns. Okay, I see 4 columns. So I'm going to call 4 columns. Okay, let me call it details score. Details is too long, so I'm just going to say depth score. Okay, I see them 4 times. I see 4. Okay, I see 4. Now I'm going to style it in a bit. Now the first one is the smallest. The first one is going to contain the dates. So let me just use, for the dates, maybe I will stick to using P elements for the dates. So I'm going to say dates. Then the next one is basically the space we give here. Then the third one will be receipt number. Third one will be receipt number, followed by the space over here. Okay, so now let's see one common thing at least that we would be seeing, okay, is the underlining. And the underlining, I'm going to achieve it by using a border bottom. Okay, so let me create a common class, called border bottom. No, let me just say BB, border bottom. I'm going to use BB. All right, BB looks cool. BB. border bottom, and then I'm going to say border bottom should be 1 px, it should be solid, and it should be black. Is that right? So yes, my bb, I'm going to apply this bb class to any div or any column that I want a line to come under. Okay, let me show you how to do that in a bit. So for instance, this particular class, I would like to give it a bb, and this one too, I like to give it a bb. Okay, yeah, we go. The next thing we will have to do is to approach each of them one by one, each of these classes one by one. So this one, let me see, details dates. Okay, and this one I'll say bb, and then I'll give it another details dates let me say details date value. Okay, mind you, these are naming, this is how I'm naming it, don't get confused, this is how I am naming it. You go ahead, understand the concept, and name it however you want to. Okay, just follow the right naming conventions and let it correspond, let it relate to what you are doing. Okay, so basically I'm giving all of these different names. Okay, so this one will be details receipts, and then this one will be details receipts value val. Okay, yeah, we're good. So let me go up here and then style them. First of all, starting with our details dates. So details date, I want to say that the width should be, if you look at the design, it is quite small. So if the whole thing is 100, that should take like barely like 20% of it, I think, or even less, I think it's just about 10% of it. Okay, now let's go to the next one, the details dates val. That is the line, this line where we have the line, that is more wider. Okay, that is more wider up to this point, so that should take fairly about if this is 10%, this wouldn't be bad to take let's say 35%. Okay, let's go to the next, and the next thing we have is details receipts. Okay, now the details receipts, the width is I think the width should be, looking at the design, the width is more than the date, so that should be, let's say 15. Okay, then we have the details receipts, and we have the details receipts value. Okay, that one, I think the width, if this is 10 plus 35, 45 plus 15, 60, I just can't take the remaining 40. Alright, we end loss, right? Yeah, let's see how that goes. Let's refresh this. Okay, what do we have here? Something funny, right? The bombshell. All right, let's see how we fix this. What is missing? I think the date was too small. 15 should have been large, and this should have taken 20 of it. Okay, let me see, have I missed my calculations? 50. Okay, this should be 30 instead. Hey, you guys, what are you doing? What am I missing? Let me come down here. Let me go over again and see. So oh, I had to put a parent row, a parent column up here. I had to put a parent column up here. Okay, wrap this in a column. Wrap this whole thing in a column. Okay. Wrap this whole thing in the column. Good. Yeah. And in this column, would have been the let's give it a let's give it a class. This column, we want it to be 100. The main column should be 100. So let's just say 100. Or let's just say W100. Okay. Then let me go up there and create a class for that. I'd like to create it up here, somewhere up here, so that is okay. Yeah, we got it, guys. So we go in. Yeah, I mean, see, figure your way around. I mean, it's just playing around with HTML or CSS stuff. Okay, this fun to work with. I mean, I'm having so much fun working with this. I think you should also. So let's go. Now the date is too big. The dates section is too big. So let me see it about 10. 10 is too big. So let me see. How about 6? Okay, 6 is too big. How about 5? Okay, 5 is just okay. All right. Now receipt number 2. You are too big. No, receipts should be big, but its text should be aligned to the right. Okay, because according to our design, there's some space be in between here. You see that? So let me get him. I think I got him. Yeah. I think I'll do the same. No, I won't do that to the date. If I want the space around the date, what I'll do instead, okay, is to maybe apply a general padding to their parents. Let me check their parent div. Okay, so their parent div is the details counter. Okay, details counter. So I can apply a general details container. Sorry, did I say counter? So I can apply a general padding here. Yeah, you get it. So I've applied a general padding here. So yeah, how are we going? We're going good. We're going real good. Yeah. See, I'm having a feeling that we may find out that our space is quite big, but see, I mean, no worries. Let's keep going. So I've done the first line, the date and receipt number, and now let me go ahead and do the received from. Now at this point, having gotten the concept, I'm just going to be doing a whole bunch of copy and paste. See if you don't get it, do it yourself. Don't copy and paste. You got it? Yeah. So I'm going to call another row. Okay, let's call another row, my next row, and good. And in that row I have, let me see, in that row I have 2 columns. Good. Now my first column is what is having the received from. So the received from, and the second one is basically what has the line. So that's going to take our favorite BB class, BB. Okay, our favorite BB class, and this is going to take, let's give it a name. So let's say details received from. Okay, and this one will be details received value. Okay, nothing here, nothing will go here. So yeah, so let's go and create classes for declarations for these to appear in our CSS. Okay, good. So the details received, I think its width should be its width should be barely 10%, and the other one should take the rest of the page. Okay, so if this is 10, the other one will be 90. You got it? Yeah, there we go. We got him. Yeah, we got it. So we're going little by little. The first one, it is not up to, the calculations are not up to. Okay, so let me modify that one. Let me say this 25. Let me say this 35. Yeah, exactly. It looks like it. So let's apply some more padding to the parent so that the thing will look a little sweeter. Let's apply some huge padding. Okay. Ah, there we go. There we go. So received from, that whole line is there. There was another line down there. Now if we want to put the line there, it is that one who takes a new row and then one column. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate this thing, and then clean just the top one. Okay, and I'll say details received val, maybe, yeah, let me just say details received val. No long stuff. Oh, don't fool, nigga. I mean, that is happening because the height is not set, and I think whatever it is, probably we don't even need that. Okay, we don't need that because the guy is going to put like received from, that your name wouldn't be that long. Okay, your name wouldn't be that long. So anyway, let's omit that line. Let's go on to the amount. So amount follows a similar thing like this. mounts. So I'll change this class to mounts. Now say details amount value. Okay, so if you follow, you will realize that they are similar to the ones we did above. So I'm just going to do a bunch of copy and paste, as I said, but I understand what I'm doing. Okay, so and hey, if you don't understand all this, it is CSS. Okay, this portion I am is CSS. Okay, just go back, try and understand how CSS classes work and stuff like that, and you should be good. Okay, yeah, I've gone over this several times, so we've done a number of projects, so I think you should get a good grasp of this by now. Okay, so for in this one's case it is 15, and I'll shorten this to say 85. Oh no, it's even rather smaller. So let me see, this is 8 and this is 92. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So we have the amount. Then the next thing we want to do is the one in words, the amount in words. You can see the amount in words. Funny thing, I mean, whilst coding, I'm just realizing that we could have gone a certain approach, taken a certain approach, okay, in terms of assigning the widths, okay, so that we don't have to, in every case, call like unique classes for them. What we could have done was to set some definite widths, like we could have done something like W10, W20, that kind of thing. Okay, we could have done that up there. Is that too late? Well, let me continue with this so that I don't confuse people. Okay, so I've done details words and details words value. Yeah, we're good. It seems this 15 was too much. Okay, good. So we have the amount in words. What next do we have? Yeah, then we have purpose of payments. Okay, so coming up here, got it. We got it. We got it. We got the purpose of payment also going good. We got that going good. And so now there come we are at our table. Okay, we are at our table. That's the next let me say that's the next row. Okay, so we are at our table. So let me give a row. See, I've ended up doing the whole thing. That's fine. Let me just give a row. And in this row we have the details, and let's call this accounts table, and then let's call this details payments table. Is that right? Yeah. So they will be both, let's say 50% each, one with some padding right. This will be for padding left. So we put our table in here. Okay, you know how to insert a table by now. Yeah, table now. First our tr, and so over here, how many table, this is our table, how many table rows do we have? 1 row, 2 rows, 3, 4, 5. So we are going to open tr 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now in our first one, it has just one column. So in our first one, only one TD. Okay, and what is written in the account? Good. In our second one, we have 2 table columns, so 2 TDs. So TD here, sorry, and another TD there. And in the first TD, we have what's written the item, and then the second one is blank. Okay, so that's it for the second row. So for the third row, let me copy this, because the remaining ones continue 2 each. This one is what? Total due. And the other one is blank. This one is what? Total paid. This one is what? Balance due. Okay, let's run this table and see how it looks like. Okay, so, okay, don't scare us. This is how it looks like, but don't worry, they are not showing because you remember the table rules, and like the table, the borders are not showing. So I have to go up here and then say something like .tr. The border, there should be some border. Okay, I'm even going to say no, it is not .tr, all TRs. Okay, so even including all tables should also have a border. Okay, but for the tables, the border should be thicker. So 2px, and then all TDs too as well. Should have a border. So let's run this and see what we have. Yeah, that's what we have. So we got this now. this tr, let me see. Okay, okay. Hey dude, are you not gonna show? Okay, that's fine. Don't worry, no fears. Now, for the TDs, do you realize that the spaces are like small? Okay, so what I'm going to say is that I'm going to set a minimum for each of the TDs. I'm going to set a minimum width. Okay, minimum width, and say that should be 150 px. Okay, good. So there we go, 150 px. Yeah, we are going good, right? So far so good. Okay, I might as well make it just like 200. Okay, this is fine. Let's see. I think that's too big. 150 should be fine. Yeah. Now you see the first one. The first one is only at the left hand side. Now we can achieve that by using something we call a call span. Okay, call span. So in our first TD, we are going to say something like call span, and we'll say 2, meaning that it should span 2 columns instead of its default one. You see, you got it. Then maybe we are going to apply a class and say center. Yeah, I think I'll have to declare something for it up here. Yeah, that's it. So we are going now. Also, you realize that it's too close to the top, so that whole table, I'm going to give it a margin. Okay, let me see what word is that. Okay, this is it. Right, so booking account table. Oh, this didn't need a DB. Yeah, so details accounts table will have some padding on top. Good. And same thing will apply for the details payments table. Now, as I said, their width should be 50% each. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, good. So it's getting better. Yeah, so we've been able to do the accounts. Let's do same for the payments. Now if we look at the design, the payment is 1 2 3 4, so same table but just 4 rows. So guess what, I'm going to do copy and paste. No, I'm not going to do copy and paste. All right, I'm going to teach you guys. Yeah, So let's go to this details portion. Let's open a new table. Okay, I opened a new table element, guys. Now I said how many rows do I identify here? I identify 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So I'll open the tag for rows is tr. So I'll open tr 4 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now in the first, according to our design, in the first tr, the first tr, only payment is written there. So meaning that it's column, and in terms of tables, their columns are called table data. So its table data, which is td, should be only 1. So in that first column, I'm going to say the td is 1, and in it we have written payments in it. Good, that's all. Now when we come to our next row, we come to our next table row, it has 2 columns. So I'm going to open td 2 times. You get it? 2 times. This is 1, the other is 2. Now in the first one we have written cash, and in the second one we have written check. Okay, no, sorry, talking about this row, the first one is cash, the second one is blank. Okay, good. So same applies for the third one, the third row. Sorry, this one is check, and this is blank. And then the last one, this one is order, this is blank. Right, let's save that and let's see. So good, this is what we have for that one. You see that? Yeah, just that in this case we are saying that for the first one, it is, you realize that it is full, it is not shifted to the side, it is not one data, like one data, it is full. So we use something we call a cool span. Okay, so in the first payment we are going to say cool span, and we are say 2, meaning that it should cover 2 columns instead of its default 1. You get it? That's what we've done here. And of course we want it to be centered, so we apply a class that we've already declared up there, and we say center. Is that clear? Yeah. So there we are. We've been able to get the table also working. We've been able to get the table also working. Yeah, this was shifted to the far right. Okay, so let me see whether I can apply a text align to the whole thing. If not, I may have to use padding. So I think let me use padding rather. And padding. Now I want it to shift from the left, right? So I'll say padding left. Let me use a percentage and see. Yeah, there we go. It should be more. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good. So there we go. We have our table also working. The last thing we will need right here is now the signatures. Now, so if you look at the signatures, it's going to be something similar to the top here, the date and the receipts number, blah blah blah, up here. So I'm just going to go up here and copy them. gonna go up here, copy the whole row. Yeah, copy the whole row and bring it here. Okay, now in the first one, what do we have in there? Received by. Okay, and the BB, the border bottom, and then the value goes there. And over here, what do we have? We have some space here. Okay, but there's nothing in there. Okay, there is nothing in here, so I'm going to put some just some non-breaking space there. Okay, and then signature. Okay, let me just say sign. To sign val, is that okay? Yeah. So let me go up there and style them. I'll style them right after these people. And then for that one, I want the width to be 10%. And then the receive val was quite about 30%. Then we had the sign, the width was maybe say an equal 10%, and the val was around 30%. Let's see how this looks like. Alright, yeah, there we go. We received, and then the sign comes here. This should go to the far, it should go to the far right hand side. So we will increase the middle to 30, 40. Let's make this 30. Alright, yeah, there we go. And then let's shorten this. Okay, let's shorten this, and then okay, good. So there we go. And there should be a general let me see. Okay. Okay, this one, let's apply a margin top to this. Okay, let's just say empty, and then up here in our CSS we say empty, and then we will say margin top. Yes. All right. Yeah, there we go. So this looks good. This looks good. This looks good. What is left? Yeah, so we have the copyright left. Okay, so I'm going to create a last div. I'm going to create a last div with one column. So this will be a row with one column here. And then in the, let us say copyright 2022. I'll say advanced visual systems. Okay. Oh, that should have been in a P. See, I'm so excited, I'm wrapping up, so forgetting stuff. Okay, that should be in a P. Let me give this. Let's just a copyright. Okay, I'll go install it up there, right? Okay. So let me see. There's an element called small. Okay, yeah. It makes the text by default a little smaller. Now, how do we get this to be at the bottom here? Okay, let's go and start this our copyright first of all up here. Let's say text align should be the center. Okay, and then bottom. Yeah, let's see how that looks like. Oh, didn't that work? Copyright center. Oh, it didn't specify a width. It didn't specify a width. No. Jeez, where's the dude? Okay. Ooh, I got it. Yeah. Okay. So, there we go. So what I did at the bottom here is that first of all, I give it a div with a div row with one column. Now width, I said 100%. Text align center. Now position relative. Yeah, basically what I'm saying is that I need to be able to drag that div around. Okay, so I set a position relative. Mind you, we have done that before, but we didn't exploit. So yeah, this is how you get that to work. Then this basically says that I mean, I just played around with some figures to achieve that. Okay, so this is what we have at the end of the day. That's what we have at the end of the day. Yeah, going good, right? We have all this right here. Oh, where are you going to? Oh, because of the zoom. The zoom is too much. Now it means that the page is not responsive, so you may have to subsequently work on its responsiveness, right? We'll do that together, don't worry. Yeah. Okay, the buttons are supposed to be inside. Okay, good. So now the buttons are inside. Okay, good. I think this is perfect. Now, according to our design, the background is not green, it's sort of gray or ash or something. Okay, so let me inspect that and see. I think this should be this is good. Right, that's good. So I'm going to change the background to this. I'm going to apply the BTN to these two buttons up here. Okay. Yeah, good. And then I'm going to style this text field. This text fields don't look too good. Okay, so I'm going to say border radius. border. Okay. Oh, this one had fixed. This one has fixed. This one had fixed border, so no border radius. Yeah. Okay. So their background was also this. The background was something around this, and then what next? And then yeah, I think that was basically it. So I'm going to apply this to every input and select. Okay. We're going to come here. Yeah, there we go. Of course, including select. Oh. Oh no, sorry. So therefore, this main div, I'm going to this main, the one that handles the form, I'm going to call this what is the form. Okay, then I'm going to close that here. I'm going to indent all of this. Yeah, good, understandable. So over here I can call a form, and then padding I would say in the px. Yeah, so the padding should be 20 px. And then what else? I can even change the margin. So that should also be 20 px. Good. Now I can go and change the background. Okay, I can remove the background from the body rather if the okay. So I have tweaked it a little bit, and then this is what I have. And this field should be white. I think they should be white. That would make them look. It should simply be white. Yeah, it should simply be white. Okay. So this is what we have here. I am not okay, but I am. Yeah. So there you go. That's it for me doing the designs. I think I'll end over here to wrap up the designs. In our next class, we will look at how to now collect values from here and assign them here, and even set this to show only when this has been clicked. Is that right? Sure. Thanks. See you in the next class. Cheers.